The fire crackled low, its orange glow painting shadows across Celine's pale face. Her fingers trembled as she traced the runes in the ash. Tonight, the moon was swollen, heavy, with a crimson light that bled across the forest. She had been warned never to call upon it, never to ask what should remain hidden. But curiosity was a curse she was born with. Her eyes rolled back, her body rigid as the vision took her. She saw him, a man, no, a beast cloaked in a man's form. Broad shoulders, a scar cutting across his jaw, eyes dark as midnight storms. He was the Alpha, the ruthless lord of the Bloodfang pack, the terror of every whispered story told around the hearth, Damien. And he was dying. Blood poured from his chest, his body collapsing into her arms. His lips brushed her ear with a final, ragged whisper. "You were always mine." Celine's scream tore through the night as the vision shattered. She fell forward, coughing, clawing at the ground as if she could tear away the truth she had seen. But the fire was dead, the runes erased, and the curse had already been written. The Seer never dreamed twice, and that meant it would come to pass. The forest bent before him. Damien stalked the ridges, his wolf simmering beneath his skin. Blood still stained his hands from the last raid, but he did not care. Mercy had no place in a world of predators, and he was the strongest predator of all. Yet something gnawed at him. A prophecy whispered through the packs, spreading like wildfire about a girl, a seer with eyes touched by moonlight, a girl who would bring his ruin. When his men dragged her before him, small, trembling, yet defiant, he felt his wolf lurch. Her eyes glowed faintly, silver blue in the firelight. Recognition struck him like a blade. Mate. The word thundered inside him, savage and undeniable. He should have killed her. She was the threat to his throne, the curse the spirits promised. But instead, he found himself leaning closer, inhaling her scent. She flinched, whispering, "Please, let me go. If you keep me, you'll die." Damien's lips curved into a cruel smile. "Then let death come. But you," he seized her chin, his grip unyielding. "You are mine." Celine tested every locked door, every barred window, every secret passage the Bloodfang fortress might hold. Each time she found Damien waiting, silent, watchful, patient as the predator he was. He was merciless with others. She saw him break a man's arm for disobedience, saw him run another through with his claws. Yet when his eyes met hers, there was something else, a hunger, yes, but also a strange, twisted kind of reverence. At night, the visions came again. Always the same ending. His body falling, her arms cradling him. Blood on the moon. Each morning, she begged him to let her go. Each morning, his answer was the same. "You'll never leave me, Celine." His voice was steel, wrapped in silk. "Not until my last breath." And with every day that passed, her fear began to twist into something more dangerous, something she couldn't name. The fortress felt alive at night. The walls breathed with echoes of growls, the restless pacing of wolves too wild to be caged. Celine lay on the fur-draped bed Damien had forced her into, staring at the ceiling. The door opened without a sound. He entered. The Alpha didn't ask permission. He never did. His shadow filled the chamber before he did. Tall, broad, wrapped in command. Celine's heart raced as his eyes pinned her, glinting in the torchlight. "You haven't eaten," Damien said, his voice low, dangerous. "Do you think starving yourself will break me?" Celine rose to her knees, clutching the blanket. "You don't understand. I saw your death. If I stay, you think I fear death?" His laugh was sharp, hollow. "I've lived with death since the day I was born. If it wants me, it can come clawing at my throat. But you," he stepped closer, the heat of him washing over her, "you will not run from me again." Her breath hitched as his hand brushed her jaw, firm, claiming. His thumb traced her cheek as if he already owned every part of her. Celine whispered, "Why me?" Damien's lips curled. "Because my wolf chose you. And when a wolf chooses, there is no undoing it. Days bled into nights. Celine lost count of time inside the Bloodfang fortress. Damien allowed her to wander within the walls, but never beyond them. Always. He lingered close, like a storm ready to break. She tried to resist him. She told herself she hated him, hated his cruelty, hated the way he made her feel caged. But her heart betrayed her. There were moments, fleeting, dangerous moments, when she glimpsed the man beneath the beast. The way he watched the moon, silent and haunted. The scar on his shoulder that he never spoke of. The rare softness in his eyes when she touched him by mistake. One evening, she found him alone in the forest, clearing behind the fortress. His hands were bloody, not from battle but from clawing the earth. He looked up as she approached, his chest rising with ragged breaths. "You shouldn't be here," he growled. "Why?" she asked softly. "Because when I see you, I forget what I am." His gaze darkened, tortured, and I cannot afford weakness. For a moment, Celine sought his loneliness, his burden, his pain. Against her will, she reached for him. And for the first time, Damien didn't push her away. Not everyone in the Bloodfang pack welcomed her presence. Lucian, Damien's beta, watched her with thinly veiled disdain. Where Damien was ruthless, Lucian was calculating. His loyalty ran deep, but his ambition deeper. One night, Lucian cornered Celine in the hall. "You think you're special because the Alpha spares you," he sneered. "But you're a curse, Seer. He will fall because of you. And when he does, I will rise." Celine stiffened. "I never asked for this. If you want me gone, help me escape." Lucian laughed darkly. "Escape? Oh no, little Seer. I would rather watch him burn with you in his arms." His words chilled her to the bone. She ran to Damien, desperate to warn him. But when she spoke, Damien's expression hardened. "You dare accuse my beta," he thundered. "You think you can come here, curse me with your visions, and turn me against my own blood?" Celine's chest ached, his anger cut deeper than she expected. But that night, the vision came again, clearer than ever. Damien, bloodied, shielding her with his body under the blood moon, and Lucian's shadow standing over him. The days before the blood moon stretched taut with tension. Celine felt the weight of her visions pressing harder, showing her flashes of the battle to come. Damien grew restless. He trained harder, fought harsher, as though sensing the storm brewing. But in the quiet hours, he sought her out. Not as his prisoner, not as his possession, but as his mate. One night, when the moon was high, he found her in the tower chamber. His expression was raw, stripped of cruelty. "Celine," he murmured, stepping closer. "Every instinct in me says to keep you chained, to keep you locked away where the world can't touch you. But my wolf," his hand pressed to his chest, "my wolf howls for you. It would tear me apart if I let you go." Her throat tightened. "And if staying means your death?" Damien's eyes burned. "Then I will die with your name on my lips. But I will not live without you." Before she could stop herself, Celine let him kiss her. It was fire and ruin, a claiming that seared her soul. And though she knew the curse still hung over them, she no longer had the strength to fight it. The forest grew restless as the blood moon drew near. Wolves howled longer, fiercer. Even the wind seemed to carry omens. Celine's dreams bled into waking hours, visions of claws, fire, betrayal. Damien's men spoke in hushed tones of rival packs gathering. The Night Fangs, enemies of the Blood Fangs for generations, prepared to strike. Celine tried to warn Damien. "They'll come for you on the blood moon. If you face them, the vision will unfold. You will fall." But Damien only smirked, tightening the straps on his armor. "Let them come. I will rip their throats out and paint the moon red." Celine gripped his arm, her voice trembling. "Damien, please. If you won't save yourself for you, then do it for me." For the first time, his mask cracked, his jaw clenched, his gaze darkened. Then, softer, almost broken. "You think I fear death," Celine. No. What I fear is losing you. The night before the blood moon, Damien found her again in the tower. His shoulders were tense, his body radiating restless energy, but his eyes were softer than she had ever seen them. "Sit," he ordered, but the word carried no bite. She obeyed. He knelt before her, something no alpha ever did, and placed his hand over hers. "I was born into blood," he confessed. "My father raised me to be merciless. Every kindness was beaten out of me until all I knew was dominance and war. But you," his voice broke, "you see me, and the wolf in me would rather die than let you go." Celine's throat tightened. Against her better judgment, she leaned forward, resting her forehead against his. "And what if dying is what fate demands of you?" His lips brushed hers, a vow and a curse. "Then I will defy fate itself." The blood moon rose, fat and crimson, staining the fortress walls with its glow. The Night Fang pack struck with brutal precision. Howls tore through the night. Claws slashed. Blood spilled across stone. Damien was at the front, a whirlwind of violence and fury, his wolf half risen as he tore through enemy ranks. Celine's heart pounded as she watched from the tower, her visions overlaying reality with terrifying clarity. Every strike, every scream, matched what she had seen before. Then came the shadow she dreaded most. Lucien. His blade gleamed as he turned not on their enemies but on Damien. "No," Celine gasped, rushing down the steps. Lucien's voice carried above the chaos. "The Alpha is weak. He has fallen to the Seer's curse." And with that, he drove the blade toward Damien's heart. Time slowed. Celine saw it the moment she had dreamt again and again. Damien falling, blood flooding his chest, his body shielding hers. The prophecy was claiming its due. "No!" she screamed, throwing herself between them. Lucien's strike landed, but not where he intended. Damien had twisted, taking the blow full in his side to protect her. Blood poured hot and heavy, his growl torn with agony. He caught her as she collapsed with him. His lips brushed her ear, just as in the vision. "You were always mine." Celine's sobs tore through the battlefield. The prophecy was coming true, line by line, unless she broke it. Celine had always feared her gift. The visions were chains, not wings. But in that moment, as Damien's blood soaked her hands, something within her snapped. "No more," she whispered. Her eyes glowed white, blazing like stars. The battlefield froze, wolves mid-strike, blades halted in the air as her power surged outward, wrapping the world in a shimmering web of threads. Threads of fate. She saw Damien's life woven among them, fraying, about to snap. She grasped it, clutching it with all her strength. "Not him. Take me instead." The web shuddered, resisting. But Celine poured everything into her plea, her fear, her love, her very soul. And the threads obeyed. The curse shifted, the vision rewrote itself. Damien's lifeline burned brighter, even as Celine felt her own gift wither, tearing from her like smoke on the wind. When the world rushed back, Damien gasped, alive, but Celine's silver sight was gone. The battle ended in chaos. With Lucien's betrayal exposed, the Bloodfang wolves tore him down. The Nightfangs fled, broken and scattered. But Damien cared nothing for victory. He carried Celine in his arms, her body trembling from the toll of her power. "You're a fool," he growled, though his voice broke with emotion. "You've destroyed yourself." Celine smiled faintly, her eyes duller now, no longer glowing with Seer's light. "Better me than you." "Never you," he hissed, holding her tighter. "I'd burn the world before I let fate take you from me." She brushed his cheek with trembling fingers. "Then burn it, Alpha. I'll be by your side." Weeks passed. The fortress healed from the battle, but Celine did not. Her visions were gone. The gift that had cursed her all her life had vanished with the blood moon. Damien never left her side. He ruled with the same ruthless hand as before, but with her beside him, his cruelty was tempered, his fury sharpened into something more controlled. To his pack, he was still the monster. To her, he was the man who had chosen love over death. And though Selene was free of her visions, she knew she bore a different curse now. The curse of loving him. One night, beneath a calmer moon, Damien pulled her against him. His lips brushed her ear, echoing the words that had once haunted her. The Seer showed me my death, but she became my life.